to imagine a scenario. It's 9 p.m. in Bangalore. You are a young woman working in Yelahanka. You have just wrapped up your work and you are ready to head home. You open up Google Maps and there are two viable routes to your house. Route 1. It takes 15 minutes but it goes through a narrow unlit path behind a construction site. Route B. It takes 30 minutes and it only sticks to main roads and highways. In this scenario, most of the men in this room would choose route A without even thinking twice. Whereas women of this room would probably go for route B just because it can be more safer. That's exactly the problem we are trying to solve. We call it the mobility gap. Women of this, you can see women pay a hidden daily fare tax. This
You have a demo?
we don't have a demo. We have the whole business case study. Women pay a fare tax that refers to the invisible calculation each woman in this room makes without even realizing that the men doesn't make. The basic impact that we are aiming to solve is shifting safety from reactive to preventive measures. We don't want any more reactive measures. That's already too late. We rather need preventive measures that will actually change the society.
Guys, look at this map. This is the map of financial capital of India, that is Mumbai. But what this map is actually about? This map is about the crime rate comparison over time. As you can see, as the time increases, the crime rate increases in the Mumbai. According to a report by National Commission of Women, 78% of the harassment, e-teasing and snatching incidents occur in the low light or big areas. Low light areas act as a safe haven for criminals to commit the crime. Guys, in the reality, women does not fear distance, but they are scared of a half-kilometer stretch to metro, for which they have to pay fare tax, for which they have to pay 100 rupees to the cab driver. This is something on which our entire model is based on which the problem which we are solving.
Now we are going to ask a critical question. Why does the current solution designed to keep us safe in a street ultimately fail? We analyzed the three main protection layers and found a significant and measurable gap in all of them. The first problem is the SOS app. They require a phone in hand and a distinct action during a crisis. This action might be impossible or too slow during the threat is happening. The second problem is the standard GPS, optimized for speed, but it does not factor the psychological security. Not all streets are equally safe, and the plastic is not always the safest route. The third problem is the CCTV and the policing. Primary provides the post-incident evidence. It acts like an insurance, not a prevention. This highlights a fundamental truth that prevention is always better than cure.
So now, what's the solution? How can we make our women feel safer? The answer is Raksha App, navigating Bharat fearlessly. How does the solution work? Our solution works on a data triangulation model. The first one being the passive telemetry through the mobile light sensors which can map the whole street. The second one being the commercial street light, the commercial crowd in the streets. The third one being the satellite night imagery. This along will be paired up with the user data and the local crime heat map so the women know which areas are unsafe and they can make an informed decision. Next slide. This is a small representation of how our model will work. This is the safety score, and street A you can see it is poorly lit, it is deserted, and there is a high risk while the street B has a better, there is a safety score of 9.2, it has high luminosity, it is very busy street and a high surveillance area. Next slide please. Coming to our niche and revenue model. Our niche primarily focus on three target audience. The first one being the IT night shifts employee, the second one being the female gig workers, the third one being the college students. Now coming to how our business model, how our revenue model works. It works on primarily two models. First one is business to business. We can provide this model to the employers to provide safety to their commuters for going at night, for example TCS and Infosys, and we can also give to Swiggy and Zomato to their workers, to their riders. The second one being the B2G, the business to government. Here we can help the government to improve the street lights And the UP government has recently announced it.
Just tell me, how are you differentiating yourself from all thousands of SOS apps?
See, the SOS apps comes in picture when there is distress. When helping the women, helping the people to not go in distress, we are telling which route is better, which route is safer.
And also, sir, we are improving the SOS apps. When there is an SOS signal sent, it's already too late. Rather, we'll be linking up with all the local sirens, all the local speakers that will send out a signal to them, and they will ring as soon as they receive a message, and also it will be sent to police department. So everyone in this area would know that there has been SOS call. That's improving on the SOS model currently working.
Go back to the previous slide.
Yeah.
Not this. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In this, you're talking of eyes on street. How are you able to find out
Sir,
that there is crowd on that street?
yeah. Basically, the same way Google Maps works. People have Google Maps in their phones. They have our apps in their phone. We know where they are. That's all.
Great. Yeah, I think this is more about preventive rather than reactive.
Yes, sir. Because none of the reactive measures anyways work. It's already too late.
Great. Great. Thank you so much.
And I would just like to point out the last slide, if possible. Last slide. So basically, the impact is insane. 50% of the women force is not able to work due to these measures. Basically, that's $770 billion which were realized. This is a study of McKinsey Group Institute. That can be easily added to India's GDP. Like, this is a viable business model, plus it's a great initiative.